Chicago schools, they come up with a school plan. It's called a student success plan. Guess who has a problem with it? Donald damn Trump. Trump administration has a problem with this plan. Put it up full mass. Now you would question, why would a presidential administration have a problem with a local school plan? Black Student Success Plan is the plan. The Trump administration continues to meddle in the affairs of Chicago public schools over a program designed to assist Black students. According to ABC 7 News, the Trump administration has now launched an investigation into CPS over its, quote, Black Students Success Plan, alleging the program violates Title IV of the Civil Rights Act because it has the word Black in it. The irony of it all. Black folk fought, died, were beaten, bloodied, and sacrificed so we can have Title IV. We get Title IV, and Title IV expands to welcome other historically marginalized communities in, like women, individuals with disabilities, etc. Black folk did not complain. Why? Because we want everyone to be treated equally. So it applied. And today, in 2025, according to Trump, Title IV, the Civil Rights Act, it actually only applies when you discriminate against white folk, primarily white men. It's a hell of a thing. The Department of Education says the group Defending Education filed a complaint with OCR claiming that CPS 2023-2024 program racially discriminates against students and focuses, quote, remedial measures only for Black students, despite acknowledging that Chicago students of all races struggle academically. Now, naturally, this is pretty commonsensical, right? If you go into a community, I think we can all agree that all of the houses in that community, they really do matter to people. Absolutely, no problem. And I want you to see the genesis of the argument that has now become policy. The genesis of that argument started years ago when Black Lives Matter became a movement which supersedes an organization. It became a movement, and then there was a counter movement called All Lives Matter. But see, if all lives matter, you would have never needed the movement to say Black Lives Matter. What's implied is that Black Lives Matter too. That's the genesis. Now today, you have this. So if you go in the community, all houses matter. But if your house is on fire, I think you would agree with me that everybody in the community would say, but that's the house that the fire engine needs to go to. Quote, Chicago public schools have a record of academic failure. This is a quote. Leaving students from all backgrounds and races struggling and ill-prepared to meet the challenges and enjoy the rewards of contemporary American life, said acting Assistant Secretary for Civil Rights, Craig Traynor. Quote, rather than address its record honestly, CPS seeks to allocate additional resources to favored students on the basis of race, end quote. There's more. Quote, the Trump-McMahon Department of Education. This is how they worded it. Now, this is the Trump-McMahon Department of Education will not allow federal funds provided for the benefit of all students to be used in this pernicious and unlawful manner. The CPS, I say this, to CPS, I say this, every American student deserves access to a quality education, and the Trump administration will fight tirelessly to uphold that ideal and ensure that all students are treated equally under the law. Where's your program? Where's your program? Where is your great idea? What's the creative think tank here? What is the remedy to said problems? what are you offering in exchange? Nothing, not a damn thing. You're spending all of your time being antithetical to the policies that are trying to make a difference locally, even though you are Republican, small government, less government intrusion. You're playing with kids. You have no plan. You spent no time creating rescue plans for kids. You have no teachers in your administration. Where are they? None. No certified teachers are informing you? Where are your university professors? None. Chicago Teachers Union President Stacey Davis Gates issued a statement saying in part, quote, today's action by the Trump administration's Department of Education, influenced by the right-wing group Defending Education, is yet another attempt to hinder the progress we are striving to achieve. Rather than using the department to create opportunities for students, Trump and McMahon appear determined to transform it into a debt collection agency and a vehicle to dismantle the civil rights protections that support students and their families. As Zach Lindley of News One points out, he says, quote, it's funny because whenever white conservatives want to highlight Black criminality, their go-to is Chicago. This city, which doesn't even make it into the top 25 most violent cities in the country per capita, somehow became the proverbial punching bag for white racists who are looking to justify their racism. Yet, MAGA supporting government officials are launching an investigation into a CPS program that could effectively reduce the likelihood of Black criminality by reinforcing Black education. It's worth mentioning that Illinois is one of the 19 states currently suing the Trump administration to block its plans to withhold billions in federal funding for diversity, equity, and inclusion efforts in K through 12 schools. They're not even making an authentic argument. They don't really believe in their policy of equality. Understand this. If they really believed in their policy, what they would do is have another policy that they could present to promote the same outcome by way of the goal for said policy. They have none. They're not going to create one. No one at that department who Trump has appointed actually cares about kids. Big man is in charge. That's insane. So now what do we have? We have an administration who is hell bent on being the government administration that stops your progress. Isn't that interesting? It's already bad enough they don't know how to fix things, but now they will actively oppose you fixing them? All right, Jackson, thoughts here.
Yeah, it's, on the one hand, they're completely dismantling the Department of Education, firing everybody. But on the other hand, they're concerned for equal opportunity for everybody, even though the overwhelming majority of people in this country are white. Like it's like they're just all over the place. They don't know what they're doing. The student loans, they don't want nobody to have a break on student loans. I mean, any and everything that could, push forth the idea of healthy public education, which of course would strengthen the workforce, which of course would help us to compete with the rest of the planet. But when you're, an authoritarian and an oligarch and all those fancy schmancy words, you don't really care about stuff like that. You only care about your own bottom line. So, I mean, these people are just like completely ripping apart America's future and then trying to spin it like, oh, we just looking out for everybody. Like, yeah, okay. Yeah. And again, like it's just old because even though the Trump administration is doing what they're doing, this playbook has been going on for decades.
That's right.
And it's really just a matter of how long are we going to put up with it? Because it's really getting old.
That's right. The gaslighting has become clinical at this point.